Before anything asks for your attention today, I want to ask you something instead. When was the last time you truly listened to yourself? Not to your schedule, not to other people's opinions, not to the endless stream of thoughts asking you to do more, be more, achieve more. Just to yourself. Because somewhere along the way, many of us become experts at listening to everything except our own inner voice. We wake up and immediately reach for distractions, messages, notifications, headlines, expectations. Before we have even taken a full breath, the world is already telling us what deserves our attention. And after enough mornings like that, it becomes difficult to hear ourselves at all. But this morning is different. This morning, before the world speaks, you have a chance to hear your own thoughts with a little more clarity. And maybe the first thing you notice is that you have been carrying more than you admitted. Perhaps you have been pretending to be stronger than you feel, pretending you are not tired, pretending that constant pressure has become normal. But you do not have to pretend here. You are allowed to acknowledge that some days feel heavy. You are allowed to admit that you do not always have every answer. That does not make you weak. It makes you honest. And honesty is often where real change begins. Because once you stop pretending everything is fine, you can finally begin taking care of what actually needs your attention. Not everything, just what matters most. There is something peaceful about this morning. The water is still, the air is quiet, the horizon is slowly filling with light. And notice how none of it is rushing. The sunrise does not force itself across the sky. The lake does not struggle to become calm. Everything unfolds in its own time. Perhaps your life does not need to feel so rushed either. Perhaps not every answer needs to arrive this morning. Perhaps your only responsibility right now is to become present enough to notice what your heart has been trying to tell you. Maybe it has been asking for more rest, more balance, more patience, more trust. Or maybe it has simply been asking you to believe in yourself again. Because deep down, you already know more than you think you do. You know which habits are helping you. You know which ones are holding you back. You know the conversations you need to have. You know the dreams you keep postponing. Your intuition has been speaking quietly all along. It has simply been difficult to hear beneath all the noise. So let this morning become a reminder that your own voice deserves your attention too. Before anyone else's expectations, listen to yourself. Before anyone else's opinions, trust yourself. Before anyone else's urgency, find your own pace. Because the relationship you have with yourself shapes every other part of your life. And like every relationship, it grows stronger when you spend time listening instead of constantly reacting. So before we continue, say these words quietly to yourself. I trust my inner voice. Again. I trust my inner voice. Say, I give myself permission to slow down. Say, I do not need to have every answer today. And finally, I trust myself to know what truly matters. Let those words settle gently. Because sometimes the clearest direction does not come from thinking harder. It comes from becoming quiet enough to finally hear yourself. Before this quiet morning comes to an end, there is one more thing I hope you carry with you today. You do not have to become someone else in order to create a better life. Sometimes we believe that change only begins after we are more confident, more disciplined, more successful, or somehow more deserving than we are today. But real change rarely starts that way. It begins the moment you stop waiting to become a different person and start trusting the person you already are. Because the version of you sitting here this morning already has something valuable. Experience, wisdom, resilience, lessons that could only have been learned by living the life you have lived. Maybe you have spent too much time focusing on everything you still need to improve, and not enough time recognizing everything you have already become. Think about the person you were 1 year ago. There are things you can handle today that once would have overwhelmed you. There are conversations you can have today that once would have frightened you. There are decisions you make now with confidence that once filled you with doubt. That is growth. Quiet growth. Gradual growth. The kind of growth that often goes unnoticed because it happens one ordinary day at a time. And that is exactly why you should not underestimate today. This morning may seem ordinary. This day may seem ordinary. The choices you make today may seem small. But ordinary moments repeated consistently become extraordinary lives. Every promise you keep to yourself becomes another reason to trust yourself. Every difficult task you complete becomes another piece of evidence that you are capable. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, patience over frustration, or courage over comfort, you strengthen something within yourself that no one can take away. And perhaps that is the greatest reward of all. Not the result itself, but the person you become while working toward it. Because goals eventually change. Milestones eventually pass. Success continues to evolve. But your character stays with you wherever you go. That is why every morning is another opportunity to shape it. Not through perfection, not through pressure, but through intention. So before you step into the rest of your day, make one quiet decision. Decide that today you will speak to yourself with respect. Decide that today you will not let one difficult moment define the entire day. Decide that today you will return your attention to what you can control whenever your mind begins to wander toward fear. And if things do not go perfectly, remember this. One difficult hour does not define an entire day. One difficult day does not define an entire season. One setback does not define your future. You are always one decision away from beginning again. So let this be that decision. Say quietly to yourself, I trust the person I am becoming. Say, I choose progress over perfection. Say, I respond with patience instead of fear. Say, I believe in myself even on ordinary days. And finally, today I will move with intention, not urgency. Hold on to those words as the day unfolds. Let them guide your thoughts when distractions appear. Let them steady your mind when challenges arrive. Let them remind you that your greatest strength is not found in always knowing what comes next, but in trusting yourself enough to meet whatever comes. Now you are fully set with yourself. Start your day following your own pace.